right, today is Follow-Up Thursday. We look at your emails where you're like, yo, Bert Show, you forgot to tell us about blank. So today on Follow-Up Thursday, before going out on their group trip, she needed to know if her boyfriend was cheating with one of her friends. We helped her prove that he indeed was. What was the fallout?
All right, so the full recap, Penny and some of her friends were planning a group trip for the 4th of July. But before taking the trip, she wanted to test her boyfriend's loyalty. She noticed that he started getting closer to her friend Camilla. Camilla called him when she had car troubles, and she caught them having a private conversation during a previous trip. The unusual behavior led her to believe they were secretly hooking up. Unfortunately, after testing him with our War of the Roses, we confirmed that he was up to no good with her friend Camilla. Did she force them to bow out of the trip or not?
Hi, Bert Show. It feels fitting that I'm sending this update in October because what happened to me felt like a horror movie. Only it was me who entered my villain era. Kristen's advice inspired me because she was right. Why should I be the one to have to miss out on 4th of July? I was not going to let these losers stop me from having fun, especially for a trip I'd already paid for. But I didn't confront either of them. Honestly, I felt silly that my only hard evidence was from calling into a radio show. I'm a huge over-preparer. I don't do anything without a plan or evidence, so I just wasn't comfortable confronting my boyfriend yet. So I spent the next 2 weeks pretending like nothing was wrong, but doing everything in my power to catch him in the act. Oh. I went through his work computer. I checked his Instagram, email, Facebook, everything. I even eavesdropped on his calls. I found nothing. He caught on that I was being cold to him, but I told him that I was stressed with work. And then came the trip. When I realized I wasn't going to catch him before the weekend, I realized that the vacation was the perfect place to truly trap him and expose both of them to the rest of my friends.
God, it sounds exhausting, right? At some point, aren't you just like, this is too much work. I shouldn't be in this relationship.
Absolutely.
I knew that if all of my friends caught them in the act, they would be firmly on my side. For some reason, I just knew that they wouldn't be able to stay away from each other. And I was right. It took no time at all. That first night we spent together, we made big plans to go see the fireworks in town. Right before the show started, they both excused themselves to go find a bathroom, one after the other. So convenient, right? I waited a few minutes and then asked my friend to walk with me to the bathroom as well. Well, I dragged my friend in a circle around that public restroom like a maniac. And what did we see in the very back? My boyfriend and Camille making out. Not a care in the world. Blech. I pretended to be shocked and devastated, but is it crazy that it felt kind of good? The validation that I could trust my gut almost overpowered the feeling of betrayal. The friend who saw them kissing was one of my more confrontational friends, and I had to hold her back. They scampered away like cowards. Needless to say, once we all got back to the Airbnb, they were promptly kicked out and removed from the group chat. Thank God she had driven up on her own. They carpooled their sorry asses back home, and we enjoyed the rest of our long weekend. I think they're still together, but I'm honestly not sure. I blocked them both out that night. Yours, Penny.
You know how we've defined like the dating antichrist? Mm-hmm. One at some point or another, there is a person in your life where you keep going back and forth with. You leave the relationship, and then somehow they con you back into it, and it goes back and forth. And then there's one time where they do something that's so terrible that finally the relationship is over. I've been in these before, and you do feel so free about it. First, you're sad, and then you're like, that's it. It's actually over. The gravitational pull is gone. And I think that's what she's feeling.
I've had people tell me that all the time. So, I mean, I've interviewed hundreds of people about their breakups. And the people that have the hardest time moving on are the people who don't have something tangible to grab onto. Mm-hmm. Like anytime someone's been cheated on.
Like somebody else?
If they've ever been cheated on, or if there's something that is just such a hard line for them that they would never accept in any relationship, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't have to think about this person anymore because like my person would never do that to me. So that strikes them out of the game.
Thank you for setting me free.
Yes.
Is really what it's all about.
The Bert Show.